dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world. What's up? It's your boy Humble Dad back with another edition of Humble Dad Podcast. Got a great show for you tonight. Why? Because I said so. You know what I'm saying? We got some special guests in the building. We're going to be talking about what everybody's talking about nowadays. Keke Palmer and her baby daddy, a.k.a. homie lover friend. And everybody has an opinion. So I wanted to give my crew an opportunity to state their particular perspective, right? And so we're going to go from there. And so, by the way, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, Humble Dad Podcast on YouTube. If you're on Facebook watching, just go over on YouTube and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Right? We're trying to get to 100K. Me personally, I'm trying to get to it by my birthday, which is July 28th. Trying to get to a G. Here we go. So the question that we got for people today, or the panel, we're going to do the intro such as this. What are two truths and a lie about you? And so people are going to have to remember what the person said. And if you need paper and pencil, as the pastor would say, then go ahead and get you one so you can try to see and figure out which one it is. And we're going to start with Miss Taken. You got to be ready. You know how I go in education.
You just had to start me first. Okay. Two truths and a lie. I have 3 children. I watch battle rap, and I'm a Cancer.
I bet. We're going to bring next to the stage Mr. Prototype.
Yo, what's good?
What's good, bro? What you got on it?
Two truths and a lie. I enjoy life. I don't like women, and I care about the community.
I bet. Let's see if we can keep up with these. Okay. And then we're going to bring up new to the stage, Mr. Uncle Stepdaddy. You're on mute, bro. Thank you for being here, bro.
Oh, man, appreciate y'all. Appreciate you having me again.
Absolutely. So what you got? Two truths and a lie.
Two truths and a lie. I used to play basketball. I got a pig leg, and I have 5 children.
Oh, man. Okay.
It was hard to hear him. I missed what the second one said.
Yeah. Say
He got a peg leg.
Yeah,
he has 5 children.
He has 5 children. All right. Next up to the stage, we're going to welcome Miss Jennifer.
I'm on mute. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey. Okay, so my 2 truths and a lie. I'm a body painter. I visited 11 countries, and I've been married 3 times.
Ricky in the building. Yeah, I went on mute, then just brought you up.
Yes, sir.
What you got on it, bro?
2 truths and a lie. I died before I touched 250,000 cash with my hands, and I was recruited for spy activities by the U.S. government.
You played that well, bro. You played that well. All right. All right, here we go. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Brandon. What you got? 2 truths and a lie, bro. You on mute. My fault. What's going on, everybody? 2 truths and a lie. I say I'm a therapist. I have 1 daughter, and I am originally from Florida. You muted. I think
All
I
right,
may know that.
Dwayne.
I think I may know that. Yeah. I'm trying to mute in between, then forget I'm moderating. Here we go. Dwayne, it's on you.
All right. All right. I will start off with I was born in Jamaica. I'm never on mute, and I have 4 kids.
I bet. So mine is I have 6 kids. I'm a rapper, and I'm a professor. All right. So let's see if anybody can.
I didn't think nobody was gonna lie on their kids, but somebody did.
Who lied on their kids, prototype?
I guess we figured it out soon enough.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go with Miss Taken. Which one y'all think was the lie? I mean, or the truth? Which one
Do
y'all
you
think?
need me to repeat them?
Yeah, repeat it.
Them real quick. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have 3 children. I watch battle rap, and I'm a Cancer.
I want to
Can
say
we
you
figure out the truth or the lie?
We're going with one, the truth.
You figuring out you said 2 truths and a lie. So wouldn't you guess the lie?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We weren't guessing a lie.
Okay.
I would say the lie is a Cancer.
Yeah, me too. Because I know she be listening to. I know she be listening to him.
You think she be listening to battle rap?
She look like she do. Like
she look like she do.
Yeah, like you know how like you just you don't expect certain people to listen to it.
Yeah,
she might surprise you.
She be listening to Tay Rock and Easy to Block Captain. She ain't fooling nobody.
Oh, I'm an A-Ward fan. A-Ward.
Right.
Who you got, Dwayne? What you going with?
I'll go with the Cancer.
All right, Brandon, what you going with? Everybody going with the Cancer?
Yes,
Stepdaddy, what you got?
I don't think she listens to battle rap.
I bet. Which one is the lie?
I have 3 children. I only have 2.
that's hey, okay, that's a good one. Prototype on you.
But my favorite is Charlie Eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm wild enough.
Prototype, what you got?
So mine were I hate women, I enjoy life, and I care about the community.
I hate women. That's a lie. That's a lie.
I hate women. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
I was going with that one too. Yeah.
So we right?
Same.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. Yeah.
That's what's up, Uncle Stepdaddy, on you.
When I had, played basketball, got a peg leg, and I had 5 tooth.
No peg leg, sir.
Yeah, you can't play basketball with a peg leg. I think I'm gonna roll with the peg leg.
Well, no, Uncle Stepdaddy would have a peg leg. Like that's something that an Uncle Stepdaddy would have. Like you know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised.
But no. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the peg leg.
Probably right, man. You about right. I did used to play basketball. I still do too from time to time, and then I do have 5 too. Basically all grown.
That's the bet. On you, Jennifer.
Oh, do y'all need a reminder of what mine were?
Yeah.
You don't got no kids.
Okay, I've been married 3 times. I've visited 11 countries, and I'm a body painter.
You ain't been married no 3 times.
Married.
Yeah, you haven't been married.
Wait. I've been married, just not 3 times. I've only been married once.
All right, it's on you, Ricky.
Mine was I died before. I've touched $250,000 cash with my hands, and I got recruited for spy activities by the U.S. Army.
I don't think you're a spy recruit.
I don't think he'd have died before.
I don't think you touched 250 cash on your
I,
hands.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
I'm gonna go with the 250K.
It might have been like 240, but I don't know about 250.
$249.99.
Which one is it?
I'm gonna go 250 as well.
Yeah, it was the cash. I died before I was dead for 3 days. And when I was in AIT, they brought me into a room with no windows and told me, if you sign this, your life will change. And I was like, nah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You allowed to tell us that?
I know you're just gonna leave it.
Okay. I mean, I keep no. Okay, so this now I told if you was on my channel, but when I was a young boy, when I was in my prime, I was messing with this girl, toxic relationship. You know it's toxic, but the sex is bomb, fire, right? It's fire, and she liked to fight, and y'all know the rules that everybody said you don't fight women, right? So we went through a couple of episodes where she hit me. I let her get away with it, blah, blah, blah. And the last time I decided to leave, I was about to get my stuff. Now, note, I was in my place. It was my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was about to move and just leave her. I was about to come back home. When I went to go out the door, she grabbed me by my shoulder. And what's your first reaction when somebody grab you?
Jerk off.
You turn around, right? When I turned around, she stabbed me dead up in my shit. Yep. The only reason went out into the hallway. My dude that was my neighbor, he knew we was fighting all the time, so he came out when he heard the ruckus. Right, that's the only reason I got to the hospital. I was about to be dead. I say 3 days or 72 hours. Right. The only reason they didn't take me off the respirator is because my CO was on vacation. And they can't pull a plug on me in the military until they get the Army's go ahead.
Glad you made it.
Me too.
Wow.
Did she get arrested? Please tell me something happened.
Yeah, she did. She did 8 years.
That's it. That seems a little light.
She did 8 years.
Brandon,
Where are you from, Ricky?
Well, I'm from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I woke up in the hospital like,
Ooh.
Life's crazy, man. That's why I tell y'all. Like,
what happens? Does everything just go black? Like, fade to black?
You don't see nothing. The stories they tell y'all about you had this out of body. It's none of that. It's just you ever been to the dentist and you know how they pull your teeth and you fall asleep and you wake back up?
Yeah.
That black that you don't have no time span of, that's what it is.
That's what I figured.
It's discombobulated.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Okay. Who's next?
Shit. Trust issues.
So you, Brandon, how you? We gonna transition?
Okay, on me. Okay. Mine was. I'm from Florida originally. I have one daughter, and I am a therapist.
You ain't from Florida.
I was about to say, I don't think it's the Florida one.
I think it's his daughter.
I was torn between the Florida and the kids. I thought you said you have more than one kid, but I'm gonna go with the Florida.
I'll be a therapist.
I'm gonna say the daughter.
Yeah, I'm gonna say kid. What you saying, Dwayne?
His sound is.
Sorry, my that's
we
funny.
know which one it is.
Yeah, busted.
Right.
I'll say the daughter. Probably has like multiple.
Which one is it, Brandon?
Yeah, you're correct. I do not have any children.
Yay! That's right.
Yeah.
You
said I thought I had
three.
three.
They didn't have any kids. That's
Somebody
right.
said they thought you had 3.
Yeah, she never said. I thought you said you had 3. I'm like, I ain't never said.
That's so messed up. All right, Brandon. How you doing? It's on you.
All right, mine was I was born in Jamaica, 4 kids, and never on mute.
We know it was never on mute.
No.
You couldn't even remember your first question. I was born in Jamaica. I'm going with that. You wasn't born in Jamaica.
Oh, all right, y'all got me.
Couldn't even remember your lie. Look at that. That's why you don't lie right there, because you can't remember.
What was it?
I was actually born in Jamaica. Never on mute, man. I was on mute just
Yeah,
a
you
few minutes.
always
Just a
on
second
mute,
ago,
bro.
like
Just right then.
I was trying to make it
Right.
easy for y'all.
I'm 6 for 6 right
It's so
now.
simple, for sure. All right, so mine is um, I'm a professor, uh, I'm a rapper, and I have 6 kids.
The 6 kids.
This kid, so we know you got bars.
Nah.
That's debatable.
Mighty, mighty.
It is
wow,
debatable.
Right on
That's
cue. Right
always gonna
on
be
cue.
true.
that's messed up.
That's always going to be true. That's a bit, man. Thank y'all for participating in that. That was a pretty long introduction, but that's okay because it was a good way to kind of get to know some people. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I do have bars. I was in a group called Red Ink Army for about 5 years. We opened up for Lecrae twice, if y'all know who he is. We actually did a small Bible study with him or whatnot, and then I'm a professor at. I've been a professor probably about 8 years, whatnot, and I have 5 kids. Okay, uh, we ready?
Come on with it.
Here we go. All right. So the first question is, we start real simple. What is a leader? What is a leader? Okay, we don't need you googling nothing. We just gonna go with your particular definition, and as everybody knows, whoever starts chooses who goes next. All right, and we're gonna start with Uncle Stepdaddy. Okay, what is a leader to you? How would you describe a leader? Particularly, I'll make it more specific. In a relationship, what is a leader in a relationship?
A leader in a relationship is someone who shows initiative. Um, basically, one who basically shows with words and action. Somebody who, you know, basically, my definition of a leader is somebody like, this is not to undermine or make a minuscule or anything or belittle anyone, but a leader was once a follower. But sometimes a lot of people are born leaders. So with that being said, um, that's something you do. You lead by showing and going action and showing initiative. And in relationships, that's whether it's leading a household, when it's becoming helping raising kids, when it comes in your relationship, being someone who communicates effectively. It's a bunch of different variables. My thing is, a leader doesn't get rowdy. It's kind of like Michael Jordan in the clutch, man. In the NBA Finals. You always knew he was gonna come through, either hit a game winner, or say he was gonna always be there when you counted on. So a leader is somebody that you can always count on. Someone you can always pretty much, if something happens to the woman, she can always depend on him to come through and not have to sit back and worry or second guess any decision that's being made by that man. Knowing that if in any time of demise, that that family is left in great hands. That's my definition of a leader.
Okay, who you got going next? You're probably gonna have to go out and come back in because of your sound.
Okay. Let me see. I'll go Uncle Rick, man. Let Rick go next.
I bet.
Appreciate you. A leader is someone looking to advance everybody around him to a certain goalpost or goal point, right? But the true definition of a leader is they are serving the people that follow them. Um, but the truth is that the leader is the one who's going to be responsible for everything, right? The leader, whether when the wins come, he's responsible. When the losses come, he's responsible, right? Uh, while a leader is looking to get everyone to the common goal, while they are being considered in that goal, they don't dictate how we get there. And again, if we win, we all win, right? But a leader gonna minimize them losses, so really only he's affected or she. That's what a leader is. Miss Jennifer.
There we go. Sorry. So to me, a leader is the person that is responsible for the the well-being of those in their care, those that are following them. Um, it's their everybody that's following them is their responsibility, and like Ricky said, whatever the fallout, whether it's a windfall or a lose, they're the ones that are going to be held responsible for whatever the outcome is, be it good or bad. And they're the ones that create and devise the plan that everyone is to follow, and they are the spearhead of that plan. They're not just sitting back, dictating what that plan is to everyone else. They're leading the charge in that plan and making sure it gets executed properly.
All right, bet. Who you got going next?
Mistaken.
All right. Put a leader plans for family slash partner, since you said is in a relationship, in terms of their vision. They model what he or she expects from the partner. So they're leading by example. And then what Ricky said in terms of a leader being a leader serves others and supports. And I also think that a leader champions those who are around him or her to, motivate them to do better. So,
Who you got next?
I have you.
Why you always picking me? Like I'm the moderator.
Well, you got to give feedback too.
You're the only one that do that too. Boy, I tell you. I bet your students be like, man.
They do. They say I'll be doing the most.
Yeah. A leader is, I keep it simple. A leader is a person that has, I would say, the man that has the a mission, a vision, and a plan. And so that's what I would say a leader is in a relationship. All right. I'll swing it over to Brandon.
All right. I would say a leader is an example, first and foremost. There's someone who kind of sets the standard, sets the direction, and also the boundaries of the relationship, and pretty much like the direction that the family or the relationship is going. And there's also someone who has the trust of the people around them, whomever that may be, whether it just be like your partner or partner and kids and what have you, and they have then they have the confidence of their family, and they make them feel safe. And pretty much the TLDR, as a wise man once said, they are their people's personal Jesus.
Okay, who you got next?
Next, I got prototype.
So, a leader is a prototype.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's somebody who should be followed, who sets an example, but somebody that's not perfect either. You know what I'm saying? So, that's basically what a leader is to me. Somebody that will get in the mud with you and teach you how to do it. Not only can guide you, but can show you. You know what I mean? However you need it. The communication to come across, so you can get it. I think that's everybody though, right? Unless Jennifer didn't go.
I didn't go, but y'all covered it. I'll go with D, all of the above. It's real simple.
What? Man, you better come on and elaborate. What you
a leader is the one that sets the attitude for the environment in which they're in. One that charts in a direction that others are influenced to follow. Keep it simple.
Pretty simple. Okay. So then, if that's the case, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna just type it. I just started this one based on what y'all said. Can a woman be a leader in the relationship?
Absolutely. I ain't saying it's right, but she could definitely be the leader in a relationship, and we see it plenty of times.
Okay, explain to me how can they be a leader in the relationship, or
I mean,
how can they be? Yeah.
it's done in a lot of those relationships where the guy was just like, it's that, what is it, a happy wife, happy life kind of, kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? Them
Okay.
guys that talk like that. Like a woman could definitely run the house, and you know, the dude just gives up the check and sits on the couch, like, and mama has the last say, and you know what I mean? Like we see it all the time, right? Especially in our community where women are leading, especially the black community. Women are leading the black community. You know what I'm saying? So can they be a leader? Yeah, they can. I'm not saying it's right, but I mean it's prevalent. Like we see it. There's women CEOs. There's, you know what I mean? There's women, leading military troops. There's women doing all types of stuff. So yeah, they could do it, but it ain't the right order. Let's go, Uncle Step Daddy. He over there shaking his head, like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, explain your piece, sir.
I ain't saying you wrong, prototype, but you ain't right. I'll say this, man. It's all about how you want to look at it. Whether you want to look at it from the traditional sense or the
No, we
biblical.
want to look at it how you want to look at it.
Oh, how I look at it?
Yeah.
No, no, no. Now if you want to do that at work, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this, and ladies, I'm saying this in the most utmost respectful way. Um, this is coming from my optic view. When it comes to our women, one of the most beautiful species on this earth, you can do it at work. If you're CEO, things like that, you can do that. But a lot of y'all don't know how to turn that light off when you get to the hive. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes, and when you come to a relationship, in a relationship, no, there's no, it can't be two people that's being leaders in a relationship. It's the man. The man's supposed to lead the woman, correct? I ain't never seen no woman lead a man.
You've
It
never
can't
seen
happen.
it? You've never
No,
seen it?
no,
You've
never.
never you've
Bro,
never seen it.
I'm from Timbuktu, butt naked Mississippi, bro. I'm from the game, so I ain't never seen no woman lead no household, bro. I had both of my parents.
I don't
My
know where you've
daddy,
been at, but
shit, I ain't seen it, brother. You know what I'm saying? I will say this though. The women, you know what I'm saying, when it came to my mom and dad, they both communicated effective. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that you stay in your place and a woman supposed to know their place type stuff. No, my mom, my aunts, my cousins, everybody had a say so. But at the end of the day, the man made the decision which who is the leader. It's just like in the jungle, man. Like I don't get all this modern bull crap, man. Like maybe
we're not
now
animals. We're not
I get
animals.
all of it.
Hey, let him
We,
finish.
we,
Prototype.
we are animals, bro. We mammals. You know what I'm saying? If we want to create this and call this a kingdom, it's the male line. The male line leads the pride. You done seen Lion King. You seen all this. Everybody, we can't live in this woman king type of world prototype, bro. Nah, I have never seen a woman lead a household which a man was in. Never seen.
All right,
I
bet.
don't know what.
Who you got going next?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna go with Uncle again. Let me go with Rick.
Can a woman be a leader in a relationship? No, because the relationship will end. It's gonna end. Either by her being dissatisfied and not happy with him as a man, right? Or he's gonna check out, move on. What they call it now, where people quiet quit. Is that what they call it? Quiet quit. I mean, everywhere else, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That requires a certain aptitude, right? Education, knowledge, subject matter expert work. Yeah. But in a real relationship that's, in my opinion, that's supposed to be healthy. Ooh, I mean, anything can happen. It's the universe. Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Aliens can come down tomorrow and we'll be like, anything can happen. But the probability. What you got, Brandon?
I think a woman could be a leader in a relationship. But to Ricky's point, it won't last long at all. So I do think they have the capability. I think they could do it. I don't necessarily think they want to, or it's something that they would be willing to do on a long term basis. But I think they can be a leader. But I just don't think that it is a feasible or viable long term uh, solution. What have you?
You got
Oh,
who you got going next?
who got next? Let me get Dwayne. I'm getting
Y'all
Dwayne
running
right
from
there
the
right
women.
now. Save it for last.
Based on the order, how it's supposed to be, no. Yeah, I would just keep it as simple as that.
Who you got going next?
Jennifer, you went yet?
You know, none of the ladies have went yet, bro. You can't.
Yeah, y'all all picking each other. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Like Dwayne said, short and sweet. My answer is no. It's not the natural order of things. It's not the way that when all of this humanity began, that it was put out there to be that way. It's the answer is no. Are women leaders in relationships? Yes, they are. Like Prototype said, but it's not that they don't have the capability, but can the woman be your question is real vague. There's a few words missing. Thank you. There's a few words missing, like, can a woman be an effective leader in a relationship? Can a woman be a leader in a healthy relationship? Like, yeah, there's a few little details missing out of that question. So, no. As the question stands, in my mind, the answer is no.
Can you, since you added to those, you added some words, some adjectives before Miss Taken goes, can you kind of elaborate on if you were to put an effective, what you say, a healthy relationship? Can a woman be a leader in a healthy
leader in
relationship?
a healthy relationship? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No.
Got you. Okay. Miss Taken.
I actually agree with certain things that probably each person said. I do think that I agree with Jennifer in saying that there is a natural order to things. But I also think that women can be leader in relationships in cycles. And what I mean by that is I've witnessed, like with my aunt, when my uncle fell ill, like before he died, she had to lead the family at that point because he just couldn't, right? So in that's what in terms of cycles. And then I think there are times in which there are specific, I guess, roles or tasks in which the woman would lead as well. I know that there are times that I like certain strengths that I have are my husband weaknesses. So in that regard, I would lead in certain areas that have specific, my specific skill set. So, but overall, I do think that there is a order to, leadership, and he would be that headship in the relationship.
Okay. That's what's up. Did anybody want to add to that? Right.
Can I?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll say this. Now from that aspect, what Miss Taken was saying, I can give that credit. But in any other part, I'm gonna still stick to the no based off of the fact that when it comes to that, is men, and this doesn't go for all. Just like I said with what I'm about to say about the women, don't go for all. But men are more logical. Women are more emotional. When it comes, if women want to be leaders in relationships, most decisions they're going to make are going to be emotional decisions. Men usually make logical decisions. They have to think about not just themselves, but their wife and their children. The woman is going to, as soon as it comes to certain things, or they're going to panic and be like, "Oh, what do I do?" That's why it takes two heads. Two heads are better than one. Now them coming together, working together, that's what's needed. I'm all for that in team effort, but that's why I feel like that can never happen. Like it's by natural law.
You're on mute.
We're definitely getting somewhere. Definitely, because I'm being a Dwayne tonight. This is insane. It's been like this. I'm trying to type my question. I ain't gonna make excuses. I'm not doing what I typically do. All right. So we're definitely getting somewhere. We're gonna get to the point about husbands versus baby daddies. Obviously, it's gonna be in connection with Keke Palmer. As you all come in, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel over there on YouTube. And don't forget to follow these fine people on their platforms. All right. So I wanted to transition to, since we're talking about leaderships, that you say that women cannot be leaders, men are the leaders in relationship. They need to have plans. They need to be prototypes. So the question that I have is really centered around, how when you're in a relationship, there are times when the woman doesn't want to do what the man is saying. Maybe I ain't had those issues before, but I've had those issues or concerns or situations, if you will, before. So my question is, can you be a leader without control? Or I might change it. How can you be? That's what I'm gonna say. How can you be? We'll start with you, Brandon. How can you be a leader without being controlling? I think that's the word that is typically used.
Oh,
Right? Is that the word that's typically used? You so controlling. Is that sound about right? How can you be a leader without being controlling?
Okay, that changes the answer to the question because
What you do, right? You take both hands and you wrap it around their neck, and squeeze until their eyes start to pop out a little bit. That's how you do it, right?
Somebody might like that.
I know, I know.
Listen.
Let Brandon answer the question. Let Brandon.
Sorry, Brandon. Go ahead.
Y'all got it.
Remind us.
Okay, we went there. Okay. Well, first of all, we would have to like define controlling, because so I feel like we've seen plenty of stories where like a guy or sets like a standard or a boundary, and then suddenly that is you're being controlling. So we have to recognize what we consider controlling. But all that being said, I think it's relatively easy just because you can't control nobody. All you can really do is say, hey, this is what it is. This is my standard. This is kind of like what the rules. This is how I'm moving. You can either get down, you can either lay down or get down and lay down, as Raleigh would say. But so I think it's relatively easy if you can just effectively communicate what it is that you need done, and then whether or not your woman is willing to acquiesce will tell you all you need to know. You don't need to control nobody to do nothing. She's either gonna get with the program or if she's not. As long as you're confident in what your program is and you move in with tension within that, she can get down and lay down. I think that's all you really need to do. And I don't think that's controlling, but I'm sure somebody probably think that's true. Nobody on this panel though.
Who you got going next?
Next, I'm gonna go with Mistaken.
Yes, you could definitely be a leader without being controlling. Because I think one of the biggest aspects of a leader is their ability to influence. So you don't necessarily have to control somebody to influence them. Or be controlling, should I say, in order to influence them. At work, as an example, if you have even my personal experience, I had a mentor, and she was phenomenal because of her ability to be influential. And I don't know how she did it in terms of personality, but I found myself doing stuff that I normally wouldn't do based on the way that she motivated. You know, like, girl, you can do it. Like, you know, try to, you know, just certain things that, you know, and then watching the way that she moved, and being able to emulate that. So I think in a relationship is the same thing. If you have a partner, or in my case, my husband, watching the way that he moves and handles and do certain things is a level of influence, because I want to emulate some of those characteristics as well. And so he doesn't necessarily have to be controlling to make me do certain things. It's just the way in which he carry himself that he's kind of set that standard for me to follow without even having to necessarily say, you need to do this. So absolutely.
Okay, that's what's up. Who you got going next? Am I on mute still?
Oh, I'm sorry. Ricky.
No. How can you be? You can't. Influence is control.
He said controlling.
I know. I'm not arguing with you. Look at you, ready to argue
No.
already.
I was asking for clarification.
No.
Is controlling and control the same thing?
I'm sorry. Say again.
Controlling and control the same thing.
They're tenses of each other. Right.
Okay.
So I hate the beating around the bush, right? The pretty words is what confuse black folks, right? Look, if I have influence over you, that means I have control over you. Some type, right? Whether on a psychological or personality level, right? Control doesn't have to be physical, right? So how can you be a leader? How can you be a follower without being controlled? How can you be a follower if I don't have some type of control over you? Right? Use the example everybody use, social media, right? You follow this person. I follow this boxer. As soon as they put up a live, boom, they gone, right? They got influence over me. They control you in a sense. Is it physical? No, right? But they influence you, right? They're able to take up your time and energy because they have some type of control over you. So no, you can't be a leader without having some type of control. It doesn't exist. If that was the case, there would be a bunch of chiefs and no Indians. Leadership is control. It's just if you believe in that leadership, do you believe in it? And that's why I tell ladies, stop, y'all. If you're picking a man and you don't agree with him, you don't like his leadership, why are you there? Find you a man who has a leadership style that you agree with. It's just that simple. Let's go, Jennifer.
How can you be a leader without being controlling? You can be a leader without being, you can't, like you said, you really can't be a leader without being controlling, because that's the whole point of a leader. They are the ones that are in control of the situation. So being in control of the situation also means being in control of the people that are in that situation. The caveat to that is, like Ms. Taken said, is the person that is in that leadership role. One of the earmarks of a good leader is they make you want to do better for them. They make you want to follow them, like with little to no, what seems like little to no effort on their part. So, like he said, you can't be a leader without being controlling, because that's technically the whole point of leadership. You are in control. You are in control of the situation. You are in control of the people that are in your care. That when someone says who's in charge here, that the leader is the one that raises their hand, because they're the ones that are in charge. They're the ones that are in control. And whoever is coming into the space that needs to, define some parameters of something, they go to the leader, because they are the ones that have the control to, make the decisions for the space. So controlling, I guess, like we said, it's kind of a little bit of a semantics type thing at that point. Controlling is, people give that a negative connotation, Whereas control doesn't necessarily have a negative connotation. But if you're controlling, ooh, girl, he's controlling, you need to get away from him because he's trying to dictate, maybe certain areas that he really should not be dictating over. And that would be what people consider controlling versus just someone that's in control or a leader. So,
Okay. Who you got going next?
Dwayne.
Oh man, I'm gonna go back to the same. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink. So as for a leader, they'll get you to a certain place, but it's up to them whether or not they believe that whatever you led them to is good for them or not. So influence is a huge role in it. But sometimes, you know what? Some people just don't want to drink water because they just don't want to drink water, even though they know it's good for them or they know they need it. One more time.
And I want some juice. I want no
Say,
water.
hey, see, yeah. We're gonna skip out on that high fructose. No. No. But yeah,
Simple answer. Okay. Are you finished?
I'm done.
All right. Who has it? Who you got going next?
Oh man. Who went yet? Prototype, you went?
No, I ain't good yet.
Come on with it.
But Rick kind of changed it by saying influence, but you can't be a leader without being controlling. If people see that your way is best for them, people are only, faithful to their options, you know what I'm saying, or faithful to what what they perceive as their best option. So if they see somebody doing something that they want to be doing, then they'll tend to emulate that person, and that person will be their leader. You know what I mean? Like, Beyonce had plenty of followers, like, you know what I'm saying, but she don't know none of them people, like, you know what I mean? She got a whole, what do they call it, the beehive, right? So, it's like she don't know any of them. I don't think there's any real control over those people, but then again, there might be, you know. So I mean, yes, you could be a leader without being controlling. Just your example is what it is, and people follow that example and they think that's what's best for them. But like Rick said, influence is a huge part of that. So
Okay. All right. We're keeping it simple and light. So who hasn't went? Is Uncle Stepdaddy?
Yeah, well, so yes, sir.
How
Yeah,
can
I
you be
haven't.
a leader without being controlling?
I guess it's like the guys said. I think it's like prototype and Rick said. It's about influence. And then it also depends on who you're influencing too. A lot of people don't think about that, who you're influencing, because a lot of people, I've heard one of the ladies saying about, yeah, girl, he can be controlling this and that, but at the same time, is that the same definition of not allowing you to do what you want to do because whether you feel like it's right, it could really be wrong, or it could be something else. So you can be a leader without being controlling, rather than on your tactics and your influence. Like you can do it the soft way, like the soft era, or you can do it the hard way. Because I look at it as like a military sense. Like when it comes to the when you went to the basic or something like that, those people have influences over you. They control you. Um, it all depends on, like, I guess, the people and who they're influencing, things like that. It's different variables to it. But I feel like you can be that without being controlling. But at the end of the day, you're controlling the people around you. You know what I'm saying? All depend on either in a positive sense or a negative sense. You still control. That's just my way of looking at it.
So you're saying that you can. So maybe is it important to determine these two words, control versus controlling? Are they that different?
I would say so.
Okay,
Yeah.
talk to me about it. Go ahead, prototype.
So I would say controlling is, I guess being demanding. I think control is I don't know, like I think Jennifer said it, or maybe it's mistaken, but controlling has a negative connotation to it. You know what I'm saying?
That was
So,
Jennifer.
so
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just one of those things where having control. I think it's self control, and not moving off your square. You know what I'm saying? Not being overreactive to a situation. You know what I'm saying? But when I think of controlling, I think it's somebody that's like he wouldn't have control unless he was like, "Oh, you better do this, or you better do that," or you know what I'm saying. It was kind of it's more of a bullying situation.
Okay,
I
so
was,
go
oh,
ahead, Miss Keke, you good? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think being in control, it it gives you a person that's in control communicates like what their standards, guidelines, those things, but provides you the autonomy, right? And how you might carry it out. You're still, but I think being controlling actually takes away that autonomy. So what just came to mind, and I had to let this go, and that's when I got in control, is like, with folding laundry. I hated the way that my husband fold towels. There's a certain way that I fold towels so it'll fit, and look nice. And so I would say the controlling part was I wasn't giving him the autonomy to just go ahead and fold. He was doing the laundry, folding like, folding the stuff. And the controlling aspect of me is like, you didn't do it right. I need you to do it like this, But the once I guess I would say was being in control was I just let it go because the overall goal was for him to help me with the laundry. He helped me with the task. And I have to let him carry that out, give him his autonomy in order to do it. Now, if he didn't fold exactly where I did, is it hurting anything? No. So that was me being in control. But when I was trying to make him do it exactly the way that I did it, I think I was being controlling in that situation because I took away a level of autonomy.
Okay, so you're saying that leaders that allow autonomy are just in control but not being controlling?
Yeah, because I think leaders communicate specifically what it is that they want done, or whatever the task is, or whatever the expectation is, whatever the standards or guidelines are, and then they provide you the autonomy to carry that out. It's kind of like teaching. Like we're given those standards of things that need to be covered. However, the teacher has the autonomy and how they actually teach that lesson to the student, because the overall goal is, do they show mastery in understanding that standard? So I think that is what control is. But I think the controlling part is if there's, I guess, where you've had some, principals said, no, it needs to be exactly this way from this time to this time. You need to do this. And I want it done exactly like that. And then, that part. So I think that's the difference.
Anybody have something to add to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, D. No, go ahead, D. Let D go first. Let D go.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Ricky. I think it's in being in the control, having self-control is something. It's what you would like to do, but controlling yourself, like when you see the buffet and you're in a diet, it's in the process of. So I just look at it like, hey, leaders, that's what they do. They influence to then control somebody else's behavior, but then they're leading by controlling their own and influencing the people then to follow behind them. So from as I'm hearing it, to me it's the same thing. It's just in the process of. But I love whenever whenever you made mention about autonomy, because at a moment in time, especially in a relationship, and the leader recommends or suggests or even commands one to do something, at that moment in time, they have the autonomy, I think, and I know, to choose whether or not to do it.
That's true.
So at that moment in time, then the more of a repeat offense that is, that's where it then becomes where in the process of controlling. It could be one controlling themselves where, hey, I want to do this, but I can't. I have to control myself. And that it could even be, hey, following the directive, the autonomy of each individual to be like, hey, I want to do this. But whenever you desire to be in a relationship and you're following the leader, you have to then adopt that that what the agenda is, but then you can choose not to as well, because that's where the autonomy and that's where the free will of the individual comes in. So I do believe that's for control and controlling, they are the same thing, but it's in the controlling is in the process of.
I think the one thing that's missing from what everybody is saying though, and the reason that being controlling has the negative connotation behind it is because, like, yes, you're taking away people's autonomy. Yes, it's this, you know, things that they normally wouldn't have control or a say over. They're trying to have a say over. The other part of that is if you don't do what they say, there's a consequence. That's the part that's missing, and that's what gives it the negative connotation. You are trying to make someone bend to your will for in a situation that they normally wouldn't have to, you know, that you normally wouldn't control. And then if they don't do what you say, there is a consequence that goes along with that. So that's the part that's missing for me and what everybody is saying. You forget about the fact that the controllingness of it is that, because I mean, like, there are people out there, you know, if we're talking relationships, and since we're bringing up Keke Palmer, you know, there are plenty of women out there that absolutely could care less and about all of this, and are like, okay, what's wrong with her man telling her what to wear, blah blah blah. I like it when I don't have to think about these things and whatever else. But for other people, it's like it's not just about, because that's all relative. Control is relative. If I allow someone to tell me what to do, then are they controlling me? Yes, but it's not negative because I want them to. I'm letting them. But the idea behind the negative connotation of being controlling is you're trying to influence and impact an area that you really have no say so over in an ordinary situation. And if the person doesn't respond the way that you want them to, there's a consequence.
I think
Yeah.
there's going to
Hold
be
on, let the prototype. Ricky was gonna go.
Oh, go ahead.
Rick.
Hey, again, you guys, I want to say again to the illustrious panel, I am so happy you guys are so much more just better than me. Like, God, I wish I could be so. Look, man, the truth of the matter is, right, if we talking about relationships, women allow men they like to control. Let's break it down to the basics. The basics. When y'all in the bedroom, does he give you the autonomy, or did he say, "Hey, get on, you know, put that ass up in there"?
Yes, Daddy.
Right? Do he give you the chance to guess, right? Or do he grab you by the back of your neck? So are you is that control, or is he being controlling? Right? So nobody ever want to admit what it really is, right? Y'all question the leadership of men y'all don't like. Plain and simple. Stop all the bullshit. If you don't like him, you got questions. But if you lust him, if he give you that twitch between your thing, he give y'all the butterflies. It's all gold, but big balls to the wall, no parachute out the jet. Right? The only reason y'all would question the man is because you don't like him. That's it. That's why every woman, damn near every woman, got that first horror story. The horror story. I loved him so much, and because you liked him. You liked him more than you liked yourself. And whatever he said, you did. Hey, it's 3 a.m. Could you go down the Subway? I need this Philly cheese with extra jalapenos. Make sure the Sprite is cold and icy. Was that controlling, or did he control you? Or was that just his influence? That's all I got.
I want to speak to the punishment that Jennifer mentioned, right? And even if someone isn't being controlling, right? And if I'm a person who's in control, and you don't do what the protocol is, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not being controlling, but if you don't get this task done, you're not going, or you know what I'm saying, you're getting fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not hovering over you saying do this, do that, whatever. But you knew the job. You knew what the standard was, and if you don't fulfill the standard, you're out of here. You know what I mean? Like, even to the point, like, my wife knows I like when she wears heels, right? And if I don't always tell her what to wear or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if it comes up a time where I'm giving her the autonomy to, you know, choose what to wear, blah 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 blah, and she don't wear heels, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna go by myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. I mean, depending on the situation, you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be pissed the whole time. Like she over here wearing flats. She know I don't like flats. I'm taking her somewhere nice. I hate going through that process. So I'd rather just be like, you know what, stay home. You don't want to wear heels, stay home. But I gave her the autonomy to choose, like where what I want you to wear,
What
or
if her feet hurt?
you better figure it out. I
That's
like
what I'm talking
heels.
about.
That's what I like. So if I'm taking you somewhere, wear what I like. So there's a penalty for not following the standard.
I want to hear some responses to that one.
Oh man.
His wife is a special woman.
What does that mean?
Yes. Yes.
What does that mean? Because that's interesting. That the reason why that's interesting is because of what you all said prior to the question of what is a leader. You all said that a leader has a plan. A leader is one that's in charge or one that's in control. One that has basically a game plan.
And so it's a lead by example as well.
Right, lead by example as well. Right, that's what you're saying. Right. So if that leader is leading by example, and they're doing the things in which you say, that quantifies them as a leader, because you chose them as an individual to be in a relationship with, then why would you not be doing what they ask you to do if you consider them a leader?
Well, do you think leaders always get it right?
It doesn't matter. No, they don't always get it right, but that doesn't matter. If like for example,
It does.
It doesn't matter. Like
there's a consequence, just like we were talking about consequences. There's a consequence, so it does matter.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna explain to you, right? Okay. So if we're talking about relationships, if the guy gets it wrong, it's on him. Agree or disagree?
Agreed.
Agree.
If he makes the wrong turn, wrong decision, it's on him. Is that true or false?
True.
Yeah, but that.
Ain't no yeah, but
No,
it
I was
is.
gonna say no. It's nuance. It's nuance. No, the reason I say it's nuance is because yes, I do agree, but it doesn't mean that the consequence is only going to affect him.
No, they affect him. They affect him because they might affect you because he's responsible for you.
Correct.
Right. So hold on. This is what I'm saying. Let me. I give examples, and my shit is circular because it's true. Right. No need to lie. Right. So what happens? Right. In most cases, I ain't gonna say every case because no one's a monolith, right? But if a man follows his so-called subordinates, right, his wife's decision, right, and it fails, what's the first thing to come out of most women's mouth?
My bad.
Yep.
My bad.
Oh, I didn't know.
You should have been the leader.
Right. You should. What you doing? Listen to me anyway, right? What you doing? Listen to me anyway. You supposed to be the leader, right? Let's stop pussyfooting, y'all. Take off the fuzzy house shoes. Take off the fuzzy house shoes, right? And let's not. And I ain't gonna even say you do that, but in your mind, you automatically delegate it to him. Well, shit, he should have known.
No accountability.
These are facts. Exactly. All women do it. It's in y'all nature, and this is the problem. Y'all try to say, and a lot of us on these panels and in the real world, right? Oh, I'm not. All of y'all like that. The same way men are the same way men are like in a lot of ways, right? But the thing is, if he's a man, if he's a leader, he understands that with those things, I'm going to be responsible at the end of the day, right? But ladies, y'all understand it, even though y'all won't admit it. Y'all know when y'all got a man that's there for y'all know he's going to be that fail safe for y'all. Y'all know he's going to be the one there to put the chain back together and pick up the slack. And it should be appreciated. But our women look at it like that's what he's supposed to do. Yes, it's what he's supposed to do as a man, but what's he supposed to do it for you? This is the problem with relationships right now. This is the real problem. Everybody thinks everything is supposed to be gifted to them because you're you. No, if you have a person that's being responsible, that's taking on these things for you as a man, you should cherish him. Because every man's not going to give you that. Every man, y'all know it. This is the reason why the relationships you went through didn't work out till you got to this one, because you had to go to therapy and you had to learn, right? Because the first man broke that very thing that supposed to tie you to a man. That undying love, that unwavering trust in the man that's saying, hey, I'm going to do it, and he get it done. This is what people don't want to talk about. We cheat ourselves out of the relationships because of some fucked up decision you made before. On both sides, too, on both sides.
What you got mistaken? Go ahead and finish your thought.
Well, yeah, I kind of forgot, but it was along the lines of saying, like, if it something about if they make a decision and is not the right decision or something like that, that it doesn't only affect him.
Right.
Depending on what the situation is, it can affect the family. The consequences don't stop at him, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. The consequences don't stop at him because they start at him. Right. He's the leader, so it trickles down. Right. So it's going to, if he's making the decision to go with his own way, it's going to be, and it goes wrong, it's going to be on him. If he takes your advice and it goes wrong, it's going to be on him. It's no different than your principal. Your principal may give you autonomy to teach a particular lesson, but if your students don't do well, then they're going to be like, and they go talk to the superintendent, it's going to be on the principal because the principal made the decision to let you do what you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. I think of it like y'all are all driving in a car. So he's driving. He says, I'm going to make a left. You say you should make a right. And the direction that you should have gone, whatever the direction was that you should have gone, either way, you end up lost. Mistaken's point is, even though he made the decision, we're all lost because we're all in the car with him. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, even though we're all lost, it's like what Elijah's saying is that it all still falls on him, is because he's the one behind the wheel. So whether he listens to you or whether he listens to himself, like if you told him to go this way and he goes that way, y'all are lost. And you could say it's your fault, but he's driving. He didn't have to listen to you. He's the one behind the wheel. He's the one in control. So at the end of the day, it's still his fault that y'all are lost, because even though he listened to you and he should have or shouldn't have, he's the one behind the wheel. He's the one driving. So if anybody says, well, how did y'all get lost? How did y'all run off this cliff? He drove you there.
What if he said, well, I listened to my wife?
He can't say that y'all all dead. It don't matter. You just went off a cliff.
But I'm saying before that point. Yeah, that's good.
You're all dead either way.
That's good.
Right. You're bad either way. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. Even if he says, I listen to my wife, anybody else, like everybody is saying, anybody else, and like, all the guys have said before, it doesn't matter whether he does this, it's his fault. Whether he does that, it's his fault. Y'all all say it all the time. It's never the woman's fault. Y'all always say that. It's always the man's fault. At the end of the day, it's going to be his fault, because anybody that he says, well, I listen to my wife, they're still going to look at him and say, but who's behind the wheel? Right. Who's behind the wheel? You're the one driving.
Go ahead, Dean. In the cup with the GPS on anyway.
Yeah, he said, hey, look, it should be Siri's fault. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, let's I'm gonna let you answer this question, dear. Welcome back. How can you be a leader without being controlling?
I think you can be a leader without being controlling by. I don't think it's what you say or what you do, is how you do it. I think what I didn't hear was the consideration of my opinion and whatever it is that we're doing. I think controlling is more of an energy, like the way you express leadership. So that is not appreciated. So I would just say it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You can be controlling, just do it in a passive kind of way.
What?
Like, I mean, not being a bully, like prototype. You know what I'm saying? Like, not in a way because.
Are you saying I'm a bully?
No, I'm just
Yeah, if
saying.
you just
Oh,
said
that's right.
she
You
can't
said she
roll
was a
with you
bully.
because her feet hurt and she can't put on heels, and you say stay home.
Exactly. Where's the autonomy in that?
That's
That's
The
no
autonomy was in her picking what she wanted to wear, and then when I seen what she was wearing, I'd be like, you know what, sit this one out.
I
But
think
she
y'all
don't
think
wear
that
heels.
autonomy doesn't mean that
There's
there's no
no
consequences.
right.
Autonomy means that you get to make your decision and do it how
Exactly.
you want to do it. So that's what I'm saying. So that's not autonomy doesn't relinquish you from a consequence. That's what
But
you're
see,
thinking.
even you saying consequence is like punishment. Like
well,
Jennifer said, it
consequences
has
are
a
good
negative
or
impact.
bad. Consequences are just the result, the outcome. So that could be
Yeah.
good or bad.
No,
It could,
consequence
but
and a
the way
If
reward,
you
those are
use
two
it in a
different
negative way, but
way, exactly. And that's
Okay,
what I'm.
so all right, got you. So what we're saying is so far is that we want him to be leader, but we don't want him to be controlling.
You know they're gonna say
can
that.
I ask?
We want him to have the keys to the car. We want him to have a plan. We want him to have the vision. We want him to make sure that we go in the right way, but just don't tell me what to do.
I'm not
It's
saying
like
that.
the
I'm saying
Is that
that.
I'm asking? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Even if we go the wrong way, it's okay. That's why we have a steering wheel so we can turn around. I mean, it's
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Okay. That's fine. But my question is, because that's what we're talking about, and we're gonna get to it because that's where we at. We're gonna get there, right? Because this is what the conversation is leading up to, and I
Okay.
think it's an interesting point. Now, I don't think that all men are great leaders. First and foremost, okay, I want that to be established here
Okay.
early, right?
Good.
However, when you say yes, you want to be in the relationship, you just said that you are cool with his leadership. That's what that means, right? And yes, mistaken. Do all leaders make the right decision? No, but typically they're trying to make the best decision, right? That's why you chose him as a leader, because you say, okay, I think he's going to do good for us and for me, right? So it makes more sense to lean towards the person that you say that you trust your life with. And so why would he not? And why would he not be controlling, if that's the word you want to use? Because as Jennifer said, it's taken as a negative connotation because people don't really read words and listen to the definition. You said control is different than controlling, but if you go look at the definition of control, and I know you like words too, mistaken, right? Did you go check out what the word control means?
Well, I was looking up.
It says the power to influence, connected to what Ricky said, or
Mhm.
direct people's behavior or the course of events. And controlling is just a connection of the action that is being displayed by control. Okay, so if you're a leader, then you have to have control of the steering wheel. We'll use that analogy, because if you're not controlling the steering wheel, then that's going to be a problem, and they're going to be problematic.
Mhm.
Right. And so as the follower, that means that you're trusting the leader. And if he makes a bad decision, as Dia said, then it's okay, because we're going to recover, because he's a dope leader. Right. Leaders have alternative plans, and when we have to recover pretty quickly for the whole family. Right. So we're going to if somebody wanted to say something, they can. Then we'll transition to this next topic. Ooh, silence.
Tell me
Silence.
what to do, but don't tell me what to do.
Silence. Okay, cool. So we're gonna transition to when does I'm trying to figure out how to put it, so I just say it. So as we transition to this situation with Keke Palmer and her homie lover friend, or baby daddy, when does a guy allowed or has to exhibit that he can protect, provide? When does that take place? When
Day
should
one.
that take place?
Absolutely, day one.
At the point of discretion, at the point of the point of engagement.
Explain that to me.
You're not getting
When
the
it
draws without it.
Exactly.
What do you
Once you
mean?
start people,
Go ahead, Rick. I think he's elaborating.
No, I'm saying again to clarify. What I'm saying is that what I'm understanding from the question, if we're talking about the situation that was at hand with Keke Palmer, right?
Mm-hmm.
When should the issue be addressed? Is that what you're asking? When and where should the issue be addressed?
When does a boyfriend, right, baby dad, when do they have the leadership position? When do they have the leadership position? Because this information is saying he doesn't have the right to tell her what to wear.
When he's in the
When did he get called up to the big leagues to make those decisions for his woman? When does the man get called up to make those decisions?
When she bears his child.
Oh.
When he's in the bun.
As long as they're
See, hold on. I know y'all ready to jump off the cliff. Let me clarify.
Yeah, this is about to
get clarify. Let me clarify. At the time a woman has your child, technically you're married to her. Technically, right? Not within the law.
Okay, that's what I was
but
going to say.
Technically, right? So again, if everybody want to play games, right? It's the reason why girls think they can still fuck their baby daddy to the end of time. That's my baby daddy. That's my baby mama. Right? So yeah, technically is when she bears. Again, we want to put again. Hold on. Wait up.
Did you hear what I said?
Like I said, it's only controlling and not leadership when she doesn't like it. If he'd have told her, listen to what I'm saying. If it would have been, hey, Jennifer, get up, get dressed. I'm taking you to Neiman Marcus and Louis Vuitton. Hurry your ass up.
Okay, Didi.
Hey, Dia, get dressed. Yo, we going to Japan and we about to hit up the airport. We gonna be in Japan tomorrow. What's happening?
I'm going.
Yeah.
Right? See, I'm controlling you. I'm telling you to do something, but you want to do it, right? So again, and this is the problem, right? And let me tell you, this is the hypocrisy of the modern woman. Open up, be more emotionally available. Talk to us so we know. The Keke Palmer stuff happened. He go on social media. You weren't supposed to be doing that. You a man. You were supposed to pull her to the side. Do that in private.
Well, that's the point. He could still do it. He just didn't need to bring the whole world into it.
But she brought the whole world into it. She bought the whole. This is what's wrong with people. Y'all look at the scabs and the sore and not how you got cut. Would there have been a situation to address if she hadn't done what she done?
Well, I do have a caveat to that because I don't know how much y'all watched, because you know how stuff be popping up on your feed and stuff like that. I also think a part of a good leader is not sending mixed messages or mixed signals, right? Being direct, clear in what those expectations are. So I know I don't know how much y'all have seen, but
I know what you're about to say, girl.
That previous video in which she was, twerking, had some kind of little outfit on. He was smacking her ass, and he posted that, right, for the world to see. And then if you're on your way out, now I didn't see this part, but I saw on a stream too that somebody said that when she spoke on it, she said that he saw what she had on before he left, and it wasn't an issue. Now, if that is the case, that's sending mixed messages because you're not being clear on what your expectations are until something happened after the fact. And then you voiced your opinion about the fact that you didn't like it and you felt that it was, what she was doing was disrespectful. But prior to that, it's all about setting a standard, a consistent standard. So if he wasn't consistent in that standard, and then she goes off and do something and then he doesn't like it, I don't think it was appropriate for him to address it in that manner because he never expressed it to her prior to. It's different if he already said something to her And then it was, became an issue. But the fact that that wasn't discussed before, if I messed up, you don't make the situation work by then trying to pull everybody else in it. You address that to me directly, and then I fix it. But if I didn't know that I was wrong because you sent me mixed signals like everything was good, then that's not on me in that regard. I can apologize and say, my bad, I didn't know, and moving forward, adapt accordingly. So
my question though, let me make sure y'all understand the question. The question is, when does the boyfriend have the leverage or the authority to say anything before we get? I understand the premise and where you are, but when does it? So let me get Brandon, and then we'll come back to you, Rick.
I would say it starts when the expectation of protection kicks in. So like, as soon as a man gets together, as soon as they get together, is the expectation some shit pop off that the man's gonna jump in the front, jump in the way, and take care of that. So on the other side, it has to come with, I think earlier on we someone said I can't be the leader without control. And control, whether we married or not, is still control. The control don't change form when you get married. Control is control. So like, I believe like once y'all together, y'all come to that understanding that it's me and you, if we go together, I think that's when that kicks in.
Okay, go ahead, Ricky. What you got?
Again, we gonna keep talking in circles, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to like the way I lead. I'm still the leader. You don't have to like it. That's not the point. So what y'all y'all telling me this? What y'all telling me, right? When you give the examples of clarity, you got to clear with me before you correct me. Make sure you clear with me before you have me do the right thing. Before you have me do the right thing, you better check in with the boss. Because again, if it was something you wanted to do, you wouldn't care if I did it on social media, at your mama's house, came up to your job with a 2 dozen flowers and $100. You wouldn't care if you liked it.
But
so
if you
again,
liked
hold on. Again, it's all about what she likes, right? As long as she likes it, control is always available. The minute she doesn't like it, control is wrenched away. It's no longer given because she doesn't like what's going on. Plain and simple. Y'all can keep trying to dance around it all y'all want. If it was something she liked, it was something that she accepted, she would have been with it, no problem. She didn't like what he did, and that's why it was a problem.
Well, no, I still think it's that element, like Ms. Taken said, of confusion. When you're confused, like we said, we're just using the Keke Palmer example because that's what we're here to talk about anyway. The confusion comes in when I am when you display me to the public in this way, in this fashion, and it's okay. But when I display myself to the public in this same fashion, now it's a problem, and you want to rail against me in public after you put me out in public this way. It's like you walking me out to the mall naked and saying, everybody look at my woman, she's so beautiful.
I'm walking you to the mall naked.
Hold on. You walking me to the mall naked and saying, everybody look at how beautiful my naked woman is, and everybody's looking like, yeah, she beautiful. You got that, bro. And I'm holding your hand, and we walking and smiling and waving to everybody. But if I decide to go to that same mall naked and see those same people naked by myself, now it's, you a mother. What you doing out there naked? You just had me out here naked yesterday. What?
Right. I had you out there naked. I, the one who's going to protect you, the one responsible. I had you out there naked.
So then the thing is that
if you're not
then
there,
you need to communicate.
No.
My thing is, then you need to communicate that and say, I don't want you to wear this naked outfit or be naked when I'm not with you. And the reason I say that is because that's not the only video. There was another one. She was in like a bra and panty set when she was pregnant.
Look,
and that was posted
Okay.
up there, and he was
Okay.
okay with that.
look, let me
He
explain.
was-
You have a
Listen,
consistent
He
pattern of
was
One
behavior.
at a time.
y'all not
But I'm-
listening
so
again.
what I
Y'all
was
not
saying, if
listening.
you're
Y'all
showing
not
a
But let her finish real quick, Ricky.
if you're showing a consistent pattern of behavior that leads me to think that this is okay, I'm going to transfer that same information and generalize it to other situations. So you can't get upset that I generalized it when you didn't make it clear that the only time, like Prototype said, he likes his wife to wear heels. She knows this. He's consistent with it, right? So I know when I go out with him and I wear that dress, I better put them heels on, right? That's going to be clear. There's no question about that. So that's what I'm saying. In that regard, if he lets her wear flats all the time, and then, then she goes and puts heels on when she's not with him, and then he gets upset and he's never said anything before, how would she know? So the appropriate way to correct that is to say, no, I only want you to wear these heels when me and you are out. But he shouldn't go get on an intercom and be like, my wife, I only want her to wear heels. She disrespect. You don't do that.
All right, got it. So Prototype, what you about to say?
So let's be clear, man. Based off of his comment of, "Oh, you're a mother," that shows me he's just insecure about what happened. You know what I'm saying? He's seen Usher give her them butterflies, and he's like, whoa. She ain't supposed to be smiling and cheesing in nobody's face like that. I don't think he had an issue with the outfit. You know what I'm saying? Because like y'all said, he's displayed it before. But it's how she acted in the outfit, and he can't compete with Usher. You know what I'm saying? So that's essentially where that's coming from. He just displayed it in another way of, oh, you're a mother, but really he was showing his jealousy and his insecurity of, I can't compete with Usher. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can really take you off of me if they really wanted to. That's how I see that.
And
he should have married her first before they had that baby.
It don't matter if he would have married her or not. It would have all been the same. Like he don't feel he has Keke Palmer. Who is he? We don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know dude. So he doesn't have status enough to be like, this should be my woman. And when a dude with higher status come around, he gets nervous. It's normal. I get it.
So when I first saw that video, I was like, he ain't had no problem with what she was wearing. He had a problem with the way she acted in what she was wearing. But he knew what he didn't know was that social media was going to thrash him either way. He was going to get drugged all across the internet, whichever way he went with that. If he was saying something about her behavior with Usher, or if he said something about what she was wearing, he was going to get thrashed either way. So he just picked the wrong battle, unfortunately.
What's the right battle?
The right battle in that case
was to have the conversation with her.
If he honestly, I feel like he would have had a little less of a dragging. He still would have been drugged regardless, because what's the topic? Husband versus baby daddy. And I'm not even going to get into whether I agree with that or not, but he would have been drugged either way, but his dragging would have been a little less severe if he was more upset about the way she behaved. If he said something about the way she behaved with this man, it would have been, I think, a little bit different than if he came on talking about what she was wearing, for all of the reasons that everybody has mentioned. There's plenty of other footage of her acting the same way with him, without him, and he's never had a problem with it.
With him.
Without him as well. That's what Miss Taken was saying. She's posted, plenty of.
Who posted the pictures? Wasn't he there?
He did.
Wasn't he there?
No. She posted stuff like that.
No, he's saying from before.
Before.
Right.
From before. So it's like, that's why I said he still would have been drugged regardless, but the dragging would have been a little less severe. If
he was wrong.
He said he was mad about the way that she acted at that concert, because we all saw that video, and the very first thing I said, he could give a damn about what she's wearing. He is mad about how she acted with Usher, because like Prototype said, Usher could take her from him.
So either way, as a man, he was in the wrong.
Yeah, he was in the wrong for the way he addressed it. And everybody is saying, okay, well, and our parents, black mamas, we love to say that you show out in public, we gonna act out in public together.
This is a different scenario. I got. Let me get Dwayne in on this. What you got?
I
Dwayne,
rest my case. I rest
hold
my
on.
case,
Let me
ladies
get
and gentlemen of the jury. I rest my
Dwayne.
case.
Why are you shaking your head, Dwayne?
Oh, no, that's his fault from the jump get, like from the start. So he messed up at step one with the mate selection because, yeah, like you. All right, so prototype. So for example, for me, right, if I think it was Jennifer talking about going to the mall butt naked or whatever. First of all, if my wife talks about she's going to the mall or we're going to the mall butt naked, I'm like, no, you're not. And if you think you are, you going by your daggum self on that one. And I, hey, just like the heels, you going by yourself. You, as you say, sit this one out. If that's the autonomy in which you want to do, I'd discourage you from doing it. But ultimately, if that's what you want to do, you go and do it, right? So, and that comes to the outfit. She want to wear that outfit. He just allows her. That's how he obtains her. That's who she is, and that's what he wanted, and that's what he got. So the other piece, now he's the earlier question y'all asked as for when does a boyfriend have the ability to say something, or when do they get? That's whenever you are now mutually exclusive, because now is where submission comes in. As a woman, that's where you're going to have to, as for conform and adapt and change yourself into the follower of that leader in which you so desire to be with, right? And once you get to that point, that goes for everything. So that the way she dressed, that was allotted from the very beginning. That wasn't a problem for him. So that's on him because she's being herself. Now, the way that she acted with the man, because to me, whenever I saw it, like she reached up, put her hand around his neck and all that, right? It ain't like Usher made the advance in the sense of he putting his hands on her and all that. She initiated. So in that instance, like, hey, he messed up there in that because she wanted to do that too. She wanted to do that. She wanted to do all that. So, but then he allowed it. He allowed it. So it then goes back.
Her boyfriend allowed it?
I'm sorry?
Are you saying her boyfriend allowed it, or are you saying Usher allowed it?
The boyfriend allowed it.
The boyfriend allowed it. Okay.
That's completely on him. As for the mother piece, whenever he he let her go out like that, whether he with her or not, he allowed it.
Brandon, what you think?
I agree. I think what Dre was talking about was a kind of a callback to our previous topic about when things go wrong, it's the man's fault. So one of the things I wanted to ask was like, what is it possible that he may have had a problem with this the whole time, and you've been telling her behind the scenes like, yo, when you with me, okay, cool, I can rock with a little bit, but don't be doing, don't be wilding out here when I'm not allowed. But she doing what she's doing, she still want to do it, and then he's all right, fine, social media. Is it possible that could be the case?
It could be
because everybody assumed that he.
No, that's not possible. Not if he's out there posting her butt just like she is. That is not possible. I don't believe that conversation could ever happen behind closed doors, and then he turn around and post her butt twerking back and forth on social media saying, "Everybody look at my woman's ass." That is not possible.
That's true.
I don't believe that conversation was had behind closed doors. And the only reason that I don't believe that conversation was had behind closed doors is because he is out here putting her out here like that.
Follow-up question. Cardi B twerks a lot. Nobody got a problem with that. But if she twerked on Usher and then old boy come up and say, hey, I don't like that, are we going to come for him because Cardi B be twerking?
No. We are not going to come for him because at that point, like we said from jump, like I said, when I first saw the video, I'm like, let me see what this girl was wearing because why is this such an issue? And then I saw the way that she behaved with that man. That was the issue. I was like, man, forget what she was wearing. He ain't mad about that. He tried to pick a different battle that he thought everybody would be on board with. That's what he did. He was mad about the way she acted. And if Cardi B go twerking on Usher and everybody gets mad about that, is anybody going to be mad because she's twerking? No, Cardi B's she was a stripper. She be twerking on everybody. I mean, it is what it is. But, I don't know. But no, those conversations, I will stand on. They did not happen in private.
Have you seen Cardi B twerk on any other man other than her husband?
Say that again.
Do you see the comment? Have you seen Cardi B twerk on any other man other than her husband?
The stripper, by the way.
Not since she's been with Offset.
Exactly.
he's made. I think you.
Well, let me say this since we're doing.
Hold on, Miss Hagen, real quick
go
before
ahead.
you go. Dia, what's your thought? No, you're fine. I wanted to get Dia in on this real quick. What's your thoughts, Dia?
I think all of it is entertainment.
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't. Usher. What's her name? Keke Palmer. Her man. They don't exist in my world. All of this, it is a distraction to keep us from talking about what we really need to be on these panels talking about, which is everything that's going on behind the scenes while they keeping us melanated people distracted with these distractions. So I don't have an opinion about it. I could care less. I really cannot. We should be talking about other things.
But my question, Dia, was not necessarily. It was connected. My question is, when does the man assume the position of leader? Okay, right? Because then I was going to talk about, we're not going to have enough time, but then I was going to talk about what's the difference in position of a husband and a baby daddy. Like, that's where I'm at. Not necessarily what has been transitioned to.
Okay, I was saying that. I was responding to Jennifer when she was saying that. Let me see what everybody was. Yeah, I didn't.
I don't be looking. I don't.
Well, this since Brandon had brought this point, like saying, can we suppose that this he wasn't okay with it or what have you, right? The other thing is that what Dia said is that they're entertainers, right? So one of the things that I also thought it could have possibly been is when he went up to her and, brought her on stage or what have you, she's an actress. And I think that was part of it too, that once that camera went on, you automatically go into extra mode, right? And as I'm telling you, as a female, you see little girls do it. As soon as they see a camera, what they doing? They doing extra. I'm trying to tell you. So I think that was part of the hype. It was a live concert. The camera went to her. I think she went into acting mode, trying to hype it up and make it sexy or whatever. And the reason the other thing, the caveat to that is that when y'all was saying about it, Cardi B or celebrity or what have you, is that somebody had brought up the point on our show on Friday about the fact that Beyonce does the same thing, right? She's showing her ass cheeks. She's, got butt pictures on her. She actually has a video where she is doing more than Keke was in terms of dancing on Usher, right? At one of their shows that they've had together, right? She doesn't get that same clapback, right? And so that was one of the questions. If the premise of the argument is she should respect her man, like a woman shouldn't be doing that, shouldn't be dressed like that, shouldn't be dancing, then how come that's not consistent across the board with who the rules are picked and chose to apply those rules to?
Can I say something?
What one of the guys said, which I understood, but it still didn't fit with the premise of the argument, was the fact for men, it's the perception of control in their relationship. So he was saying in the Jay-Z Beyonce situation, Jay-Z has a perceived level of control in that relationship. So he allows her to do it. Whereas the other guy, Keke seems like, well, he doesn't have the perception of being the man in the relationship. And so because he seems like the simp, so to speak, because she's the one that's making the money, she's the celebrity, she's that is probably why the clapback was the way that it was between those two, because he doesn't have perceived power where Jay-Z does. For me, that argument still is a no-go, because the issue wasn't the perception of power, it was the behavior itself, being dressed in the way that she did and dancing with Usher that she did. But both of them don't get the same smoke doing the same thing.
Uncle Stepdaddy, what you got? We'll come to you next, Ricky.
Oh, Rick can go first because yeah.
You might want to go first, bro.
Oh well.
I mean, you
Hey.
don't watch Ricky much. If you don't, you want him to go before you.
Oh yeah, I know Rick. Trust me, I don't
Okay,
mind
then
Rick
you
going
might want to
first.
go first. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let Rick go
You were
first.
just talking about you ain't went. Now you want to give somebody else.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Well, I go. My bad. I'm gonna ask the three ladies on the panel a question real quick. If I ain't mistaken, but at the beginning of the show, outside of Miss Deal right here, all three of y'all married.
Yes, I'm married.
Okay.
I'm not anymore.
Okay. Well, more than likely, beautiful you. I know it's somebody you seen. So I'm gonna pose this question to y'all.
No. But anyway, go ahead.
All right. Would y'all wear that dress that Keke Palmer had on?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Well, basically, I'm making this point. This is probably one of the most sadist displays I've heard from about a subject like this in a long time. Because all I've heard is excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse about why this woman is wearing this, and that. Now I will agree with this, and I know the fellas may not agree with me, or some of the people in the chat may not agree with me, but I didn't agree with that brother bringing it to Twitter the way he did. I really didn't, because one thing I always remember, just like I said, I grew up in the country, Mississippi. What happened in Las Vegas, stay in Las Vegas. Whatever happened in the house, don't leave this house. So you're in a relationship with that woman. Whatever happened between y'all let it stay in the house. Y'all go in the house and fight. Don't never come outside and fight where everybody can see you. When it comes to that, the whole boyfriend, baby daddy, husband stuff. Humble dad, can I use a few vulgarities while describing this?
If you must, bro.
Okay. I think it's some real dumb shit. Hearing people say that this young man can't have a say so by somebody who spread their ego, spread their legs, and allowed them to do all of this and bear the child and procreate it with. Now I do agree with Miss Deal saying they should have got married before they carried. I do agree with that, but at the same time they didn't. And who's to know that they could have? There's a lot of hypotheticals in this, and I forgot which one of y'all just said that. How do we know that they didn't have this conversation already? Because ain't no way that at the same time they could have had this conversation, but just like you said, Keke Palmer's the breadwinner in that relationship. If what you talking about, I'm gonna do what I want. Ain't that what y'all say when you move your neck and stuff like this? That's how y'all do, because can't nobody tell you nothing. But at the same time, I want to agree with the other young ladies. I want to say that yeah, the dress was a problem when your woman turned around and Usher was peeping that little chocolate pudding out back there. It was her grinding and dancing on him. Ain't no man gonna be comfortable with watching his gal grind on a whole nother man. I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. Y'all ain't finna go do it, so why is it okay for her to do it? It don't make sense to me. Why we sitting up here seeing these beautiful ladies up here staying the girl code, staying the girl power, and the black girl rock, and all of that, and not say that girl wrong, man.
I didn't say it was okay.
Nobody,
I never
said,
said it was okay.
nobody said that we agree with it.
Hold on, real quick, Uncle. I got you, Uncle. Y'all did. Yeah, some of y'all did.
I didn't say it was okay at all.
Nobody said we agreed with.
Dancing in the circle, talking in circle
Can I
all
go?
night. Tell her how it is. She
I don't
dead
want to
wrong.
pull the leader card and say I'm in control of this shit.
Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying is when you don't just say she was wrong, like there's no accountability to her, is what we're saying. She shouldn't, because y'all wouldn't award, but y'all won't say that she shouldn't award. What the statement was, she's a celebrity. That's the point that he's trying to make. And when you say that, when you give a caveat of why it's okay for her to wear it, you're saying that it's okay for her to wear it because of the position that she's in. Okay.
Who said it was okay for her to wear?
Nobody.
None of us said that.
None of us.
Specifically, Mistaken said, well, I thought it was entertainment. Dia said it's entertainment. Okay. So therefore, instead of saying she's wrong, even if it's entertainment, there's a such thing as wrong entertainment, right? Porn is entertainment.
Well, that's my consensus. It's wrong entertainment, period.
Okay. So, but what I'm saying is that wasn't the statement, right? It was moved to the point of that it's entertainment, so it's okay, or we should look at it only as entertainment. So instead of saying, you know what, I'm just saying, if you're saying that you disagree with what she did, then you would say, I don't think she should have wore what she wore, but he also shouldn't have said what he said. That's not what the position that y'all took.
Is it?
Exactly.
I mean, that's the position that
not. No, it's not.
I know y'all not expecting these women to be accountable.
She shouldn't have acted how she acted.
No accountability.
Okay, if you said that, Jennifer,
Hey,
We was supposed to mind read that. We were supposed to figure that out.
No, I
Yeah,
said
we
no.
was supposed to figure that
because
out.
I
Rick.
literally said it.
if you look at
supposed
the
to
way
figure
he
that out,
posed the question, we responded to the question itself.
Right.
What was
No,
my
I
question?
just asked how.
Respond to the question
Just
at
say
all.
how you
But I
felt
said,
about the whole
Yeah,
thing.
I didn't respond to
but
the
I
question.
said the question of. That's the reason I said the question of, ladies, because at the end of the day, y'all still did not hold her accountable.
Hey, Bree.
We haven't
No,
had
the
the chance to
question
hold her
was,
accountable.
would
What
you
you mean?
marry?
But
It's
all of y'all
All
went
of us
before
said
I did.
no.
Y'all gave y'all monologues and dialogue. Y'all had the opportunity.
Monologues
to
and
do that, but you
dialogues
still
about the
didn't.
questions that were asked, not about Keke Palmer.
I
No,
don't
no, no.
Hold on,
Go
real
ahead,
quick.
Rick. My bad, Rick.
I don't care if y'all hold her accountable. It's if it's right or wrong. So let's recap. Let's recap. What y'all said was what we said was the fella said at the beginning, right? No matter what, at the end of the day, the man's gonna be responsible, right? Right now, you guys definitely confirmed that, right? Because if he'd have checked her at home, well, she went out with the dress, and because he allowed her to take pictures with him with her booty out, she's confused. Oh, Keke, the so dumb and innocent entertainer. You know, when the lights come on, she just doesn't know how to act. So when she comes out with booty shorts and hugging all up on this man, right? He should have checked her at home already, right? Again, it's not about how y'all want me to check you. I'm gonna check you. I'm the leader. If you don't like it, that's on you. Your feelings are yours. You
Hey,
cannot dictate. You cannot dictate to a leader how he leads you. This is the conversation. But what y'all say as women, y'all say y'all want to, like I said in the bed, and like I said, because it's circular, because it's true. As long as y'all like it, not y'all, because again, you ladies on this panel, the creme de la creme. There are none better, right? But the modern woman, right? When it's something y'all like, it's great leadership. When it's something that y'all are okay with, that's for your benefit, something you want done, the leadership is top. Hey, let's go to Louis Vuitton in Vegas. I'm buying, right? Let's go to Japan. It's all cool, right? I could do that on social media too, right? You know what? I just took my wife to Hawaii, spent the bag. It's all gravy, baby. What's happening? Hearts, smiley faces, heart, smiley faces, right? But when it comes to correcting her, no, he shouldn't have done it that way. Y'all hypocrites. Y'all liars.
Not just
Y'all
that,
are
Rick.
liars.
He's a bad leader.
Not just that,
Yo,
Rick. Let me add to this.
Is
He's
Let me
not a
add to
good
that, Rick.
leader.
Is he? He's
Let me
not
add,
the leader for you.
yeah, let me
He's
add
not
this
the
thoug10
leader
for
for
her either.
But
you.
that's not for her
One at
either.
a time.
Can-
One at a time, please.
Can I add this though, Rick? Not just I'm gonna add to that. The whole time y'all sat up here and talking about all the pictures that man took with her, that he took with her. Not saying that okay, he wrong for talking about her dress and how she wore. He took all them pictures with her. She was right there and let him take it. Like she allowed this.
And that's my point. That it
So
appeared to
so
be
why
that
is he
that's the
wrong leaving
dynamic of their relationship.
I get that, but still, he's in a relationship. This is all I've been hearing for the last couple of days. That all of this single until married. Now we single until married when it benefits you. We should have did all this and all of that. See, that's why I say I'm with Rick. You hypocrite. The biggest, most hypocritical people out here on the face of this earth is all single to marry while she make more money than him. How can he tell her what to do? What now? Money got to do with it. Now we gotta have status. We gotta have money.
Yeah,
But
I
you
don't
ladies
agree
done
with
had a
I
that.
don't
baby.
even think they can help it though. I really don't. I don't think they can help it. Like I
I
don't even know they be. I don't think they know they live or they're doing. It's just what they do. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
But
It's just what
prototype.
they do. It's
Yeah,
just
but prototype, peep this though. This is one thing everybody ain't been talking about, bro. Them babies, man. Them babies, late 20s, early 30s, man. Keke a baby, basically.
she
That
not
dude
no. She,
young.
she ain't a baby
Nah.
to me. She ain't
Wait,
no
hold on.
baby.
Prototype. Hold on, prototype. Wait. Hold on. I want y'all to pause for a moment. Now
Thank
listen,
you, AP. Put what AP said
word.
right there. Men started the trope about being single until they married.
All right,
No, we
look.
didn't.
No, wait. Wait, no, I need you to pause for a moment. Because Uncle Stepdaddy, I can see why you have a confusing name, okay? Because you
What I do?
literally just contradicted yourself.
How is it?
Because you're saying that that we need to hold them accountable, and then you say they just babies.
No, I was no. Hold on. When it comes to, I was saying that in an aspect because they're younger than us. When him
What does
doing
that
stuff like
mean
that,
though? They're grown.
But yeah, it's still wrong. Like what's I'm saying?
No. I ain't say it's wrong. I said they're grown.
Yeah, they're grown. But I know younger than me, they babies compared to me. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's all wrong. You know what I'm saying? He had a right to feel how he felt. Like people out here
No, that's not true. I don't know why people keep saying that.
Yeah, and
he did not have a right to feel how he felt if he did what he did.
Oh yeah, not with that. I'm talking about what I heard wearing the dress. I ain't talking about the Twitter stuff. He dead ass wrong for that.
Right.
But I'm just talking about, like, I think it's more so to an extent, not just what she wore, but what she was doing, her actions. You a mom, you up there grinding on some other dude.
Thing. That's what we. That's the thing. I think that it. I didn't hear that from many.
On him.
I didn't hear that she was wrong for that from any woman, for sure.
So then they not gonna say that she wrong for that. But let one of they do go grind on some woman and let me know how that turn out.
I said it.
Jennifer
How
said
many
it.
times do I have to say I said it? And
Jennifer
you heard
said
me say it last night.
You said
you not?
No, I wasn't
said it last night.
I had my headphones on.
Okay.
I was in and out of something.
When that airs, you will hear it again. I've said it. I've said it.
You said that. But this is what I heard.
What I was gonna say earlier. Hold on. What I was gonna say earlier. I don't know if any of y'all follow Ryan Davis, but Ryan Davis put out a video literally analyzing every movement that both of them made in that video. It was the most insightful thing I have seen on the subject altogether. Go watch that video. He talks about how, she acted, and he even said the same thing. She was having a good time. She's just got a lot to learn about the way that she should move in public in these types of situations, because you don't see Keke in these situations all the time. But Usher is a veteran entertainer, and he has been married several times. He's in a relationship now, and the way that
Usher, control yourself. Usher, control yourself.
He didn't do nothing. Usher ain't do nothing.
Wait. Hold on, y'all. He knows how to control himself. That was the whole point of that video. The way that, it was little movements. It was nothing that would have embarrassed her. It's nothing that anybody that wasn't told, hey, watch this, that you would have noticed, because I didn't notice any of that the first time I saw that video. As he walked step by step and said, watch how he does this. When he walked up to Keke, he did not broach the space.
Let her finish. Stop doing that.
She's the one that put his arms around. She's the one that put her arms around him. He did not broach the personal space. She did that. Even when he was touching her, he did not have physical hands on her. He had a barrier between his hand and her body. He is a professional entertainer, and he knew, what Ryan Davis was trying to point out was that he knew how to, even in situations like this, make sure that his home is secure. And his woman can't have anything to say. Well, you were acting like this with her. He's like, nah, watch this. I didn't even put my body against her. As soon as she came to put her body against me, I turned sideways. All of the little movements and things that he did to make sure that you knew that he is an entertainer. He is here to entertain you, but he is not here to be doing all of this inappropriate stuff. None of his actions could be construed as inappropriate, but hers could, because she's just excited to see Usher, and oh my God, this man, and she having a good time with her girls.
So was it inappropriate? You said it could be. You said it could be. Was it inappropriate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was inappropriate. Okay. And that's why I said, the very first thing that I said is, when I saw that video, it didn't have nothing to do with what she was wearing. It was how she acted. Because if I was her man, I would have been upset too. Because like we all said, Usher is not it's not me, grinding up on Usher or whatever. It's like, girl, who are you? No, this is real. He could take her from him. This is real. He is absolutely in her league. So, that's a relationship that could actually happen. We could see tomorrow, Keke and Usher, that's something that you could really see happen. Jennifer and Usher, that ain't gonna ever happen. I'm just saying, we're not on the same level. What happens with me and an entertainer is immaterial, because it's just not gonna happen. But for him, this is a little bit more real reality. It could be a reality, and how she acted was inappropriate. If you don't hear me say it, if you didn't hear nobody else say it, Jennifer said it. It was inappropriate.
She acted like a woman who monkey branches, like all women do.
Oh my gosh. Stepdaddy, what were you gonna say, bro? Brandon, did you want to get in on this afterwards? All right,
that's probably the realest response I've heard all night, man. I can't disagree with Jennifer right there. But my thing is, when it comes to that, do you all think she played that number card against him based off of her making more money than him? Do you think that women do that, especially women of her stature, with him not being as quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, financially stable as she is?
They don't have to play it. We play it for them when it comes to entertainers. They don't
Gotcha.
have to play it. We
Exactly.
play it for 'em.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay. Gotcha. I was figuring you were gonna say that.
Cheerleading from the outside, just pom poms ringing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't have to play it. We don't know what they say or what they do, and we don't know how much money he has. The only thing that we know is that we don't know anything about him. But then again, there's a lot of people that we don't know anything about. Like
the same with the assumptions about what he should and shouldn't be insecure about, right?
Exactly.
Again, we can only I'm only analyzing what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
You correct the infraction at the time of the infraction. It's like letting I hate to use this analogy, but it's so appropriate. It's like letting the dog piss and then you catching him later. It's too late. You got to catch the dog when he pisses in his house and put his nose in it so they can learn from that moment.
Yep.
Right? Y'all cannot dictate how somebody else responds to something. You cannot say you won't do it. It's not for me. I wouldn't do it. Right? So if we want to play the what if game, which people seem to like to do here, what if before they left, he was like, you know what? I'm really not comfortable with you going. We should be home. We should be staying home. Right? If we want to play the what if game, but it's funny how the what ifs in these stories, whenever we have a discussion about a woman falling off the path, not doing what she needs to do, it always comes back to, well, the man didn't do this. Or at the end of the day, the man is responsible because, again, y'all know, ladies, y'all know, and men too, even though y'all try to front, that at the end of the day, the man is going to take the slack of any relationship going fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning and end. Now, what really happened, only they know. That's why y'all need to revere shit. Y'all need to stop looking at it with these jaded glasses, because this is what y'all do. It's a one-sided argument when there's three sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth.
Can I add one more thing, Humble Dad?
Wait a minute. No,
just one more thing, man. And ladies, I know y'all agree with this. At the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, whether you're in a relationship or marriage, you are a reflection of your significant other.
Yeah. Who doesn't agree with that?
All right.
We are one band, one sound.
One band, one sound. All right, this has been dope. You know what I'm saying? We went over just because it was good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had like the little Pentecostal thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't want to finish saying what I had to say. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had the long-winded synopsis tonight, but it was good, and I think the people appreciated the perspectives, especially if you was in this chat. The chat went crazy. You know.
How do you see the chat? Can someone tell me?
Hit comments.
Okay.
Yeah, comment. Don't leave your girl around me.
Listen, I don't know if you want to be in the comments too much because people get distracted
by the
comments.
Let me see.
All right, and so it's been good. Just shout out where people can catch up with you. You know, everybody had their particular take on this one, and I just wanted to understand the position of a husband versus a baby daddy, which we didn't get to, because I think that's a particular point that's important. And then, but before we get out of here, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying, before my birthday, which is July 28th. We're at 736, I think, something like that. 738. You know what I'm saying? So help your boy out with that. Miss Taken, where can they find you?
You can find me on A Sheep Critique on Fridays at 9:45 on Lapeef Network.
That's a bet. Dia, where can they find you?
On IG at A Rose from Rubble.
Jennifer?
On IG at CurlsArlise, CurlzArlise. We got some other stuff coming for you though. Look at Here podcast, so look out for that too.
That's a bet. Look at Here podcast coming soon. Hey, Ricky, what's up?
Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to my boy HD. Let's get this man to 1K, man. If y'all haven't subscribed, go on, click the link, hit that button. That's that red button till it turns gray. Subscribe to the man, bro. Y'all can find me here on YouTube at Ricky Williams #TWT. We got Truck Chronicles almost every day. I'm actually doing pretty good this summer. It's slow at work, so I'm happy. We get off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But check me out on here. Ricky Williams #TWT. Check me out over there on Instagram at rdubs. That's ARE_DUBBZ. And y'all know what it is, man. Take care of yourself and your family. Everything else will take care of itself. I appreciate y'all.
Brandon, where can they find you, bro?
Yeah, what's up? Y'all can find me at the Buffet Pod on IG. You can also find us at the Buffet Pod with Brandon and Tiandra on YouTube. We got a podcast dropping every Wednesday. It's a relationship podcast between me and my girl Tiandra. Check us out.
Dwayne,
You can find me, DwayneJonesPhotography.com.
Prototype.
Man, you can find me every Tuesday at 9 Eastern Time. Prototype Dad Podcast on YouTube. We on IG. We everywhere, man. Just come check us out. That's it.
That's what's up, Uncle Stepdaddy.
Yeah. Everybody get on here and like this page, man. Go subscribe. Get these likes up. Get this young man up to 1,000 before the 28th birthday of a week and a day after mine, man. He a Leo, I'm a Cancer. But hey, you can find me on
Cancers
IG.
are great. I am one too.
Oh yeah. But yeah, y'all can find me on Instagram at Mr. Suggs Barrio, and on any show in the comments.
That's simping, my boy.
Don't leave that man alone. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's what's up. It's been good. It's been real. Until next time, we out here. Deuces.
Good night.
The boy is dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world.